something bad happened during the expedition. I, no doubt, am partly to blame. Nevertheless, I would like you to know my version of the events. After hard days of hiking, we set up our base camp on the threshold of a high valley where rhododendrons grew. All the witnesses seemed to concur. This was where the Gorun, the famous man of the mountains, was most frequently sighted. For many long weeks, we explored without success every valley and mountain surrounding the camp. Autumn was approaching, the rivers started to freeze at the edges, and the prospect of having to head back with nothing for our toil was becoming more and more apparent. The joyful banter of the first weeks was no more. The men were becoming moody and tense. Especially our chief, Reinhard Berger. Up we get, Leon. Another day on a wild goose chase. I'd better get kitted up before going out. Horst has already left. The scolding that Berger gave them yesterday about their lack of results in tracking down the Goruns really got to him. Sauer's thesis. From what I understand, he accepted to work for the Brown Shadow because they were the only ones who would finance his research. What a waste. These biscuits don't compare with old Gustav's cooking, but at least they fill you up. Must remember to fill it up before I leave the camp. Hope I can get back to sketching the valley. But with Berger putting on the pressure at the moment, I doubt it. No chance of me venturing into the mountain without that. The letters I got from Dana before leaving Kantar with the expedition. It's tough not to be able to receive or give any news since leaving civilization. I'm so glad Junta lent it to me. I was able to take wonderful pictures behind Berger's back. Better get going before...
Do you know what time it is?
Time to be heading out?
Enough! You couldn't care less whether we find the Goruns or not, could you?
Well, mark my words, Copperteeth. You'd better change your bloody attitude.
The day's only just bloody breaking.
I couldn't give a damn. Everyone has already started except you. So you just get your butt upstream and help Sauer carry out his research. The idiot is capable of getting himself lost again.
Jawohl, Herr Berger.
Oh.
No one here. Bauer and Jaeger must have... Or Jaeger and Bauer have been a bit heavy-handed with the alcohol these past few evenings. Morale of the troops is at an all-time low. The mountain's dangerous and we're prepared for the worst. I only hope we don't have to use it.
Go and find Sauer.
Not what you'd call cute, this Gorun. Just as well they haven't found it yet. This medal must belong to Bauer. He must have left it behind when he turned in for the night. Can't have been easy for Bauer to leave his daughter just after she was born. Bauer's daughter. I sometimes forget I'm not the only one who left behind someone dear back across the mountains. With this, I'll be able to venture out for as long as it takes to find Sour. Bauer, oh, you little... All shipshape. Typical Bauer. There's nothing more to do here, I guess. I should leave the camp now. But you'll have it coming, Bauer. Better get going. Autumn is here. We'd better leave the mountains soon, or we won't survive. Anyone there? Looks like someone's left their gear over there. Better check it out. Stopping to read in the middle of the wilds. That's Sour all over. Whoever it belongs to must have left in a hurry to have left it behind. One of us must have stayed here. For a rest, maybe? One of the scientists must have stopped for a rest here. Most probably Sour. But what made him leave in such a hurry that he left behind all his gear? I'd better have a look around to find out what happened here. What on earth is that? That mark must be what caused Sour to stop and rest for a while. I'd better head out and try to find him to clarify the situation. What in God's name is that? Sour? What in the world?
Shh! Look what I found.
Is that a...
Gorun! Yes, it's a Gorun! I heard him cry as I was taking a break near the path. Hurry, we must go fetch the others.
You go. He looks injured. I'd better stay and try and reach him before the current carries him away.
Right, Leon. Okay. but don't lose him.
All right, little fella. Don't move. I'm coming to get you. Current's too strong to swim across. Better find another way. All sorts of debris has been carried by the river. But other than trying to build a raft, I don't know what use it can be. The trunk isn't very thick. Easy, Leon. Now's not the time to get a dunking. Take it easy. I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to look at your wound. What can I give him to show I mean no ill? There you go. Good boy. It's all right. Don't be afraid. You're all right, fella. Good boy. Eat up, fella. It's good, isn't it? Leg broken. I just want to look at it, all right? Look, little fella, if you let me see your wound, you can have another biscuit later, yes? It's broken, all right. Must be very painful. You're a brave boy. If I could clean the wound and brace your leg, We should be able to get you back to camp and make it better. Hold on. I'll be right back. Just be patient, little fella. I'll be right back. There's 2 bits of driftwood washed up there. They're straight enough to help get the Gorun back to camp. I need to find something to make a splint for the Gorun. Better be quick. They should do fine to hold the Gorun's splint together. Here we go, fella. This is going to sting a little. There, wasn't so bad, was it? Now we just need to find a way to get you back across. Hey, did you do that, little fella? Well, better drawing than talking, huh? Now we just have to wait for the others. Huh? Oh, you want another biscuit? You learn quick. It was a young specimen, my darling Dana. Almost like a child. And as soon as we made eye contact, I knew this was a creature endowed with reason. When my companions joined me, I immediately sensed we did not share the same point of view. They seemed blinded by the discovery. They couldn't see the individual. It was clear the young Gorun wasn't a person in their eyes, just a subject for study. In their excitement, they seemed to lose all common sense.
What is wrong with it? Fruit! Have some fruit!
You shut him up in a cage. What do you expect? He's frightened.
Shut it up, or I'm going to gag it. What's that?
Must be the Gorun's mother. If we give it back, she'll probably leave.
And deprive us of an adult specimen? Are you mad? All right, Mama.
Look at the size of her burger. Wound her, then we'll never get her back alive.
Who said we need her alive? They can't all be live specimens, can they?
No! Sorry about that, burger, but I couldn't let you shoot them. Reinhardt, you all right?
But he's killed Burger.
Bauer, wait. You saw. It was an accident. He was going to kill the Gorun, sir. So I had no intention to...
Shut it, assassin!
My head. Oh dear Lord, Burger. I'm sorry. I never meant to. I know what dangers await me in the mountain if I manage to escape from here. But whatever happens, it can't be worse than what Bauer and the others have in store for me. So I have no choice. Looks like they're busy. Probably discussing what to do with me. If I can just loosen these ties, I'll be able to slip away without them noticing.
I'll bring him some soup. We can't let him starve to death.
Bastard doesn't deserve food.
Typical horse, eh? Always the good Samaritan.
Aren't you afraid I was going to run for it?
They intend to hand you over to the authorities in Kantar for the murder of Reinhard Berger.
Doesn't surprise me. I came across a letter from Bauer that made me the scapegoat for everything that's gone wrong. Bauer had been planning this for some time now.
Well, that's not how it's going to be. I don't agree with what you did. But you don't deserve what Bauer and Jaeger intend for you. You must pretend to be tied up. Wait for them to fall asleep. Then take your gear and get as far away from here as possible. Hear me?
Yes, but what? So there you have the full story, my darling Dana. I don't know what will become of me, where my escape will lead me over the coming weeks, or what my life of a murderer on the run will be like. Always remember that my love for you is as strong as ever, and that my greatest desire is to hold you in my arms. I love you more than anything in the world. Leon, your mountain artist.
Dana! Oh my goodness! Dana! What's wrong, Puppet? Lena, come, quick!
Dear Diary, so much has happened since I received Leon's letter a few days ago. I'm slowly recovering. Today, Papa and Mama told me that I was going to leave for a while. I'll explain what's going on, but I don't know where to begin. I need to gather my thoughts as I finish packing my suitcase. medication to treat my cough. Mama is forcing me to take it again since I collapsed after getting Leon's letter. I should pack it. I can't believe Leon is on the run, all alone in those mountains in the middle of winter. I need to finish packing my suitcase before we say goodbye, dear diary. That scientist I met at the refuge, Horst Sauer, he brought me the letter after his return from Baltayar. As I said, dear diary, I'm leaving tomorrow. Papa and Mama are sending me to a sanatorium out of town for a few months. They say it's for continuing my convalescence. In other words, to send me and my secret away from prying eyes. My parents have accepted the offer from their longtime friends, the Zimmers, to pay for my hospitalization at the sanatorium. The Zimmers said it was in the name of their long friendship with Papa and Mama. But I think they feel bad that they can afford to flee Wagen in the Brown Shadow, whereas Mama and Papa can't. The ideal summer and winter resort in the most picturesque and enchanting spot looking over the River Dombra. Well, let's hope that's true. Come on, Dana. There were enough tears already. I'll put you away in there as soon as I'm done, dear diary. Better to keep you safe than risking to lose you where I'm going. I'm almost done here. I just need to add my medicine and the brochure Herr Zimmer gave Papa and Mama. Oh, and a little souvenir of them would be nice. No need to go in the bathroom. I've already packed my toiletries, and I won't feel sick again until tomorrow morning. Poor Papa and Mama. They were devastated when the doctor they called after I collapsed discovered my secret. That secret I dared not speak about to anyone. Not even you, dear diary. Now I can tell you. I'm pregnant, dear diary. Leon is the father. There were a lot of tears and screams when the doctor told Papa and Mama. But they finally decided to pretend that the baby will be the foster child of a missing relative. I know everyone expects me to feel guilty, but I can't help thinking of names. If it's a boy, of course it'll be Leon. to bring his father good luck. And if it's a girl, I think I'll call her Anna. Mama says Leon is nothing but an unscrupulous adventurer who took advantage of an innocent girl, but I know it's not true. Papa looks 10 years older since he learned of my pregnancy, but what seems to have affected him the most was to ask Herr Zimmer for help. Papa and Mama have locked me up in here since they discovered my condition. I'm going to miss playing the piano while I'm away, let alone going to the academy. I hope you are well, Leon, wherever you are now. Well, that should be it. Junta inspired me, I guess. All I need to do now is to conclude my diary entry and hide it somewhere safe with Leon's letter. Now you know everything, dear diary. It is now, I guess, the time to say goodbye for a while. All I can hope now is that Leon will survive winter in those faraway mountains, and that he will find a way to come home and clear his name. We will wait until then, me and the baby.
Me and the baby?
Do you still think there might be a family connection between you, Kate Walker?
Well, all I know is that my family on my mother's side came from Europe. Well, like a lot of New Yorkers, right? I don't know from where exactly, but... And then there's the music box my mother left me, which it turns out plays the Vaughan anthem. I mean, it all seems so magical. Almost like destinies at play.
Or a coincidence, Kate Walker. The law of coincidences states that the more an individual is liable to believe in coincidences, the more coincidences happen to them.
But then there's the fact, Oscar, that everyone keeps telling me Dana and I look so much alike.
What do you plan on doing now, Kate Walker?
According to the diary, Dana left for a sanatorium outside of town. The records might tell what became of her and her baby. But before we go, there's something that's been bothering me.
What is it, Kate Walker?
The pogrom that Frau Heigl told us about, the one during which the house and the neighborhood were ransacked, happened in 1938, if I recall correctly. Dana said that she was leaving for the sanatorium for a few months at the end of 1937.
Indeed, Kate Walker. So it is very likely she was safe and sound over there when the pogrom occurred.
Yes? But what if she was home with her baby? I need to be sure before we leave for the sanitarium, Oscar. We need to search the neighborhood for more evidence.
All right, Kate Walker. Where you lead, I will follow. As long as you don't forget your bag.
Trust me, Oscar. You're the only friend I've got right now. I ain't losing you. So, according to that letter, Dana was supposed to stay at the sanatorium until December 1938. Looks like there were medical complications. That's a good clue, I guess. But I need to find more. Dana's initials. Threats, riddled with misspellings and signed, Frank Hoss, that member of the Brown Shadow who had it in for Leon at the refuge. Looks like he never forgave them and was after Dana during the pogrom.
Indeed, Kate Walker. But the very existence of this message could mean she wasn't home when those tragic events occurred.
We're getting close, but it's not enough to draw conclusions yet. The room was ransacked and pillaged. During a pogrom of the Brown Shadow, I guess. God, I hope Dana was away that day. Dana's initials. Dana's initials. I'd better continue searching on the bridge.
I am also under the impression there's nothing else to find here, Kate Walker.
Ackerman, Fisher, Yorga. I can't find Dana here. Keller, Meyer, Ortel. I'm getting close. Anton and Lena Rose. Dana's parents. Oh God, they were killed during the pogrom.
Is Dana Rose also mentioned?
It doesn't look like it, no. But I need to be sure.
I'm sorry I couldn't help you, Fraulein.
According to that book, the pogrom occurred at the beginning of November 1938. I think that's it, Oscar. We know that the pogrom occurred at the beginning of November 1938. Dana's parents, Anton and Lena, were killed, that's certain. But Dana was supposed to be at the sanatorium back then.
Which seems to be confirmed by that message Herr Hoss left in the house, Kate Walker.
Exactly. So I guess we're done here, Oscar. Let's take the tram back to the guest house. We'll try to find that sanitarium first thing tomorrow.
So, there she is. The famous Kate Walker.
Sorry, what?
Dana Rose. I knew her very well, you know. Our Dana darling. Waiting for the tram, aren't you? Well, we'd be better off speaking at the guest house. I hear there's a storm coming. Pleased to make your acquaintance, Miss Walker. Colonel Blake.
Colonel Blake or Fraulein Junta?
Connecting the dots, are we? You're a very clever young woman. But you must be eager to know why I'm here in front of you, bearing the surname of one of Her Majesty's military officers. But here's our tram. Would you be so kind? So, Miss Walker, you've been rather quiet. I would have thought you'd have some questions for me. No?
Why did you change your name?
I didn't. I just took it back. You see, I was born and raised in London. My parents were diplomats from Austria. Janet Blake was always my real name.
And how did you become a British military officer? It doesn't sound like the usual career path for a famous artist.
Very true indeed, Miss Walker. But I actually have been both during my lifetime. The British Secret Service hired me as soon as they heard I was going to work close to the Brown Shadow in Ostertal. Back in the 30s, that was, just before I met Dana at the refuge.
So you were some kind of double agent?
You make it sound more romantic than it really was, miss. But yes, I guess one could say so.
You mentioned the guest house. Are you that other guest I heard about?
Indeed, Miss Walker. It's actually Frau Wagner who told me about you. When she told me that you were looking for Dana, I knew I had to talk to you. Frau Wagner told me to call the academy, which I did, and the rector then redirected me towards the Bridge of Mists. And that's how I ended up wandering up and down it, asking about a mysterious American woman with a painting.
I guess you have new information about Dana for me?
I might very well indeed, Miss Walker, but what if you told me first what that little investigation of yours has dug up about Dana?
I discovered today that Dana became pregnant that summer of 37. Leon was the father. So her parents decided to hide her in a sanatorium outside town. Which, I assume, saved her from the night of the Brown Shadow pogroms in Vagen.
You assume right, but her parents, on the other hand...
Yes, I heard they didn't make it.
Poor bastards, if you'll pardon my French.
I know Dana was very concerned about Leon being on the run after the death of that scientist, Herr Berger. I can't blame her. How could he survive through the winter all alone in the mountains in a strange country?
How could he? That's exactly the right question, Miss Walker. That origin expedition in Baltayar. What a mess that was.
So, that's basically all I know. Can you tell me what happened to Dana after she left for the sanatorium to have her baby?
I must confess, Miss Walker, that I was afraid you might overlook some of the painful information here, which is clearly the case.
What do you mean?
Look, I think it would be best if we stay in this carriage until the very end. I know it is an odd request to make, but you really must see this for yourself.
Well,
Until then, I recommend you look outside the window. I guarantee it'll be worth your while.